What is up, everyone? Welcome to Mechs on Deck. Today we are here with a good friend of the show, sometimes Chewy's adversary, Gas from Apiary Keyboards.
We're like always. We don't agree, but it's okay.
Every face needs a great heel.
Hey.
Oh God.
No, it's glad to have you back on the show in these fun times. But you know what? We got Animal Crossing.
Hell yeah, we
And
do.
I have been telling my wife about how you made your boyfriend restart till you got peaches.
It only took 30 minutes, to be fair.
Poor Ono.
Yeah.
He's a good boyfriend. Bless his heart, dude.
So, but how have you been though? We were talking about this and I was like, she hasn't been on the show since the 24-hour stream. That was like 4 months ago.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think everybody's just been busy. They've been absolutely fucking slammed, especially with all the virus situation going on. It's been a nightmare, but that's okay. We're here to have fun and to hang out. And I'm really looking forward to this, to be honest. I think everybody needs a little break right now, me included.
Yeah, I'm sure it's nice to just kind of chill back and just hang out and have a couple minutes just to shoot some shit, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, not have to worry about running the show. That's all on you guys.
True.
Exactly.
True. Have you seen an uptick in requests for since everything's kind of gone crazy?
The opposite.
Okay.
A little bit,
That's what I
yeah.
figured.
Because I feel like more people are definitely, not wanting to spend money considering the world is ending. So yeah, no, definitely less, but because of the whole coronavirus situation, it's been a nightmare getting packages out because
Yeah.
USPS doesn't want to pick up, but also I've had random closures around me for some reason, which isn't normal with USPS. I don't think anywhere else. Arizona is having that a little bit, but where just random USPS stores are open or shut, post offices are open or shut just randomly depending on the day. So getting packages out has been a fucking nightmare, dude, but that's all right. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
We've got giveaways. They're just sitting on my counter right now that I'm like,
Get them out when I can.
I can't. I'll try. I promise. But
Yeah,
especially internet. We have a couple of international ones where I'm like, I don't know, because if it gets stuck, I don't want to give out. I don't want to give away all this stuff, and then it just gets stuck at the border, and then you never get it.
Yeah, I have a DHL Express package that is supposed to be going to Hong Kong tomorrow that I'm very nervous about. I think it'll be fine. It's Hong Kong. They're doing fine. God, international shipping right now is scary. Crazy scary.
Yeah, absolutely. Quick shout out, Jack Static, thank you for the 500 bits. Cozy Fanny Tootie.
Cozy Fanny Tootie.
Thank you for the 5 months sub. Mike Clicks, thank you for the Twitch Prime for 5 months. And of course, Dixie, thank you for the 8 months. Tier 1. And also, I agree with you, Chick-fil-A for the win.
Yeah, if you guys don't mind, I'm gonna.
I totally forgot about the Chick-fil-A.
I'm gonna eat some dinner. If you guys.
I mean, you can't pick and choose in these times with all the restaurant shortages. If you have to eat Chick-fil-A, you have my.
They were open and booming. I just figured, who better to share a meal? Last time you came on, we shared a nice meal, and it was great, and it was awesome. And I was like, I just want to keep the trend up of eating good food with good friends.
Yeah. I'm sorry to upstage your Chick-fil-A with my food, because nothing is better than that.
Count it.
Rick, thank you for the 100 bits as well. Appreciate it. Yeah, Chick-fil-A is the greatest chicken fast food in the world. Just gonna go ahead and put that out there. And if you think different, you're wrong. AKA Apiary Keyboards is wrong. So.
It happened. I think I'm gonna do a Nightbot that says !Apiary. And it's just a link to Chick-fil-A's website.
Oh God. I'm so sorry that you guys have never ever eaten anything better than Chick-fil-A. I'm so sorry your world
We're just
is
talking
that
about chicken.
small as far as delicious chicken fast food goes. One day we'll expand your horizons.
I'm always looking to have my horizons expanded, but for now, I'm going to enjoy Chick-fil-A with good friends and good food.
I like how I'm drinking water out of a Raising Cane's cup as well to really
driving the bit home there.
Yeah, I know,
right? Anyway, so you had our Fast Four. Things change. Switches come out. Caps come out. Boards come out.
Yes.
Slower, unfortunately, not just due to the world times, but GMK, really having to put in some extra work because of Oblivion and Dracula. I'm just blame those two sets alone. So, top 4 favorite Switches.
This is really hard still. Let's say GAT inks, alpacas, creams, and filmed T1s.
Ooh. Nice.
Yeah, very basic list, but I guess for a reason, hopefully.
I mean, hey, I think back last time you were on, alpacas didn't even exist yet, or if they did, they were like brand new. So I'm really enjoying the mauves, which are similar. I built that's not mine, but I built this wrecked 1800 last night with lubed mauves, and it feels so good. So good.
Yeah, no, JWK linears are crazy smooth, always. Love them.
They are, in fact, nuts. Jack Static says, I thought that GAT inks were the bane of your existence.
No, I probably said that I was getting bored of building with them at one point, which is true. Just because, like, I very selfishly want to try different switches and different boards. But, like, they're not the bane of my existence. Filming creams is the bane of my existence. If you if you ask me, if you pay me to film your creams, I'll probably secretly hate you every second I am doing it.
Oh man, is it because they're too tight?
Yeah. It's funny. So I was recommending people film their creams for the longest time because it does, I think, make a noticeable difference. Or it did when I did it for that first batch. And for that first batch, it was just like filming any other Switch. But every single batch after that first batch I filmed has been a fucking nightmare. And I don't know what the hell changed, but I am over it.
Well, I guess I should let you know now that I've got films and creams on your way. On the way to your place, so and it's like it's only like 400 though, so it shouldn't be
that's right, it was the loose leaf issues. Okay, You're right, Jax. I fucking hated GAT inks for a while. I haven't had any leaf issues recently, thankfully, when I have been filming inks, but you're right, I completely forgot. I blacked that portion of my life out. So
hey, it's probably worth it. That was a sad time for the GAT ink community because you couldn't really lube them, and if you did, you had to figure out how to put the leaf in without destroying it.
Took fucking forever, dude.
Yeah, and then next up will be your top 4 favorite key sets.
I can still do. I think it hasn't changed. I can still do ones that haven't necessarily, released yet, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, then Still Darling, which hasn't shipped yet. Looking forward to that. Botanical. Looking forward to that. My up and coming key set, which hasn't gone to IC yet.
Ooh, leaks.
And maybe Dracula. I'm in need of a nice, colorful dark set, so I'm really hoping that fits the bill. I was expecting it to be slightly more pastel than it was. I don't know why. That's like on me. I know what the IDE looks like, and for some reason I was still expecting pastel, but I'm still looking forward to it.
Solid choice. Excited to see the IC for the caps.
I hope people like it. I'm really stressed. We're fixing one novelty, and then we'll be putting the IC up, so hopefully soon.
Keep your eyes on that for sure. Next up, top 4 favorite boards.
Key Cult number 2. I know it's a TKL. Don't get me started. Key Cult number 2. E-White, E7, still waiting for that, looking for that, because it's gorgeous. Satisfaction 75, have one, love it. And then I'm trying to think. This is really hard. I'm completely blanking, which is so funny because I answer this question literally like every single stream on my streams. Let's say thermal. I'm really looking forward to the thermal. I have one coming. I'm super excited. So thermal.
Did you see the new number 265?
I don't think I actually have. I've been very out of it. I've been kind of tucked in my little soldering corner trying to get customer orders out for a while.
I mean,
so.
It looks exactly what you might think
a
65% number 2 would look like.
I figured the day that Key Cult starts offering an E-White finish is the day I lose my fucking, or on those is the day I lose my fucking shit. I cannot wait.
I can't wait for that either. I want to see that reaction. Hopefully it gets announced like while you're streaming or something so you can kind of freak out a little bit on stream.
I would love it. If they start offering E-White with like rose gold or copper, I'm done, guys. I'm end game. I'm saying it. I'm putting that down. I never have before. I will quit the hobby. We're happy.
Gotta put those words into Jorge and Riot.
I was like, I'm gonna go hit up Jorge right now. This is gonna be the funniest prank ever.
Right?
How to get rid of your competition 101.
It's gonna be so funny when we give her exactly what she wants.
You called my bluff.
Last but not least will be your top 4 favorite foods.
Pasta of any kind. I'm a big fan of carbs and cheese with a little bit of acidity, so hell yeah. A good bread with some balsamic and olive oil I could eat for days. Basically, I want to be Italian. What's the stone bowl bibimbap? That shit is great. I'm really craving some right now. And then just sushi in general.
Nice.
Dwayne Hanley ordered Animal Crossing. Hell yeah.
Zui. His name is pronounced Zui, by the way.
Zui?
Just so you know, yes. I'm not even shitting you. Yeah, we're fixing it. Dulsat. Dulsot. I can't say it right. I'm sorry. My boyfriend's gonna kill me. Thank you, Olivia. You're right. That bibimbap.
Bibimbap. I have no idea what that is.
Yeah. What the hell is that?
You might want to explain.
I was like, you were mentioning, you're like talking about being Italian. I'm like, I'm Italian. I know all these things. And then you mentioned that, and I was like, if that's Italian, my dad did not teach me something.
It's a Korean rice bowl with like marinated cooked beef on it, and then like a slightly runny yolked egg, and then a bunch of slightly fermented like carrots or cucumber or whatever. It's really fucking delicious. And then the stone bowl one is just basically it's that, but in a hot stone bowl, so the rice gets like crispy. So it's so fucking good. I could eat that for the rest of my life and be happy.
Yeah, I will have to look this up. Olivia, can you PM me that on Discord? So I remember how to spell it.
You need to get some. It's pretty cheap, and most Korean places will have it, or at least they'll have bibimbap.
Howdy.
It's really fucking good.
Yeah, it looks. I'm looking at pictures. I googled it off of Olivia's putting the actual name, the proper name, in chat, and it looks incredible.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing. Really good food for when you're sad too. It's just very wholesome and fucking delicious. So
nice. What?
You know what's good food for when you're sad?
Chick-fil-A.
You're right, because then it makes you sad.
Oh, there you go. You know what's the best part? I know you hate the pickles on it.
Are you gonna? Did you save the pickles?
No, I didn't save them. I don't have the receipt. I ordered extra pickles.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Oh god. God, the pickles are so sad. So sad. Why would you get extra of them? They fuck Chewy.
Flavor.
Why? I appreciate your commitment to the bit at the very least.
Of course. Yeah, I literally told my wife, I was like, she was like, what are we gonna do for dinner? I was like, I'm eating Chick-fil-A.
Chewy's like low-key been looking forward to this for like 2 weeks.
I was gonna say actually that kind of makes it worse because I've seen your wife's cooking and it's amazing. I can't believe you
my wife. I love everything my wife ever makes.
God.
But commitment.
Yeah.
Commitment.
Do you know what? I'm gonna order Chick-fil-A. Well, I don't want to do it right now because then it'll get here in the middle of the stream.
I mean, that's content though.
Content, free content.
Right? Free content. It's not like they knock on the door anymore. They just like leave it outside. That's like their new thing. Yeah.
Mine knock on the door, and every once in a while, I get a DoorDasher that doesn't understand that they're supposed to leave it, so they just knock on the door like 10 times, and I'm like, I don't want to get sick, dude. Like, I can't get sick. I need you to leave.
Yeah.
Go away, but leave the food.
The best is when I like order food and then they'll knock on the door and then my dog Anubis will like come up and he'll like try to poke his head out, and then if the Dasher like freaks out, like, I don't like dogs. I'm like, he's not going to do. He's like literally the nicest dog ever. Like I was
gonna say he's like very aesthetically positioned behind
Dave,
you right now.
Dave, your situation is different.
No, I'm not talking about my dogs. I'm talking about when I was a goddamn DoorDash driver.
Oh yeah,
and I have legit been straight up like dogs jumping on me.
Yeah,
because owners are just like, they just fling the door wide open.
Wait, sorry, no, correct yourself. You were saying parents. We can be open about it.
Well, someone said something earlier that I wanted. They just leave it outside. Yeah, they started. It was funny. It was like, you can select it, and then they were like, we're just taking that out. We're no longer hand delivering it. It's like all in 3 days.
Which honestly, smart call, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that really is going to help at the end of the day, but I mean,
won't hurt.
It's better than not. It's better than not doing anything at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you don't have to leave your house, which is, kind of nice. I'm enjoying not leaving my house.
It's so funny. Everyone else, I feel weird because my life, my day-to-day at least, hasn't really changed because I've just always worked from home. I've never left my house, so I'm just like, oh, okay, business as usual, except for I can't ship packages now. Yeah. I don't get any of the small benefits of being able to work from home rather than an office. I just get all the shitty shit.
Crazy times.
It's been a weird time, and obviously, I'm sure it's actually been interesting. Like our viewers are growing rapidly right now because more people are staying home and more people are not going out anywhere. So it's like, what am I going to do? And they go and turn on to Twitch. So I guess, have you been noticing like that number just slowly rising, especially quickly rising in the last few weeks?
Well, so it's interesting. I actually. It's hard to say because I had to take a 2-week break from streaming because I was extremely sick. Who knows what that was? But
coronavirus.
I was super sick for 2 weeks, and so I couldn't stream. And I mean, if any of you know anything about Twitch streaming, that's terrible, right? Yeah. For your viewership, I couldn't make any money, obviously, because I wasn't streaming, and so I took a huge hit in viewership from that. So I'm not sure how much of it is gains from coronavirus and how much of it is gains because I'm back to streaming after taking a 2-week break, which is hella long, by the way. That's long enough to tank an entire like Twitch career, generally speaking. So I'm not sure. Well, I'll be able to tell you more as more and more people are quarantined for longer, I guess.
Yeah, I think they just did like the shelter in place here in the county that I live in, yesterday, which is kind of crazy.
That is crazy. I live kind of out in the middle of nowhere, so my county at least probably won't, but we'll see what happens. Utah's normally quite slow in taking care of anything. And on top of it, we just had a giant earthquake, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's crazy times out there in Utah.
Yeah,
Crazy
good fun.
times.
Great fun. Not
But
fun.
we can distract ourselves with giant chunks of metal that cost way more than a normal keyboard. So I want to go over some interesting things that have been happening. Key Cult, I know you're on Instagram. So Key Cult just got a CNC machine.
Yeah, they did.
Which is huge because until Salvin is starting to do some stuff, where we don't really know most manufacturers of like the actual manufacturer. They're not usually not a part of the community, or they don't get to you don't get to talk to them. Typically.
Yeah, no, generally speaking, the manufacturers are kept somewhat close to the chest of the individual designers, for sure.
Yeah, and so it's interesting to see that one, they're just saying, screw it, let's just do it ourselves. And two, that we're starting to see American-made products, which I don't know about you, but I'm still waiting on my American-made M0110 from the summer of 2018.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I love those guys. I know they're gonna do a great job, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they put out and how they navigate this new exciting time. It's a new exciting time for a lot of people in this community. It's so fun to see everybody finally able to do what they really have wanted to do this whole time. So I'm excited to see what comes out of that for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's cool. I think it'll start hopefully a little bit of a shift where it becomes that the manufacturers also start trying to do things themselves as well. I think that would be really cool. Or sorry, not manufacturers, but the designers and the companies running the boards. Especially if they can start offering that service to other designers within the community and develop that as another piece of their brand, like how RamaWorks has the Foundry, which ran the thermal, which you mentioned earlier, and the Jewels that is running right now. It'd be cool if Key Cult, once they get up and running with all that, if they kind of did something similar and helped out the smaller run buys, the like 20 unit buys, 10 unit buys that maybe were private.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting concept for sure. I mean, there's a lot that goes into machining, and a lot that goes into machining that I don't know. So full disclaimer there. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm wondering how Key Cult is going to wind up running it. I've always just expected them to do their own boards and never even considered them offering their services to others, just because boards take time, and I assume they're going to be prototyping, and knowing them, they're going to be working their asses off. So I'd be surprised if that machine has a spare second, to be honest. But it'll be interesting if they do decide to go that route for sure.
Yeah,
and knowing them, I have doubts that we'll see an actual board. We might see like plates and stuff or different things, but I would be genuinely shocked knowing them and knowing how I say perfectionist in the best way possible, but they are perfectionists. That's why their boards are so good. It wouldn't surprise me if we don't even see a fully in-house Key Cult until 2021.
Yeah, they're for sure going to take
they're going to go over and find
yeah.
every single problem that they run across and throw out, just go, okay, no, next one, like this isn't good. So
I'm really excited for their streams. I'm hoping they continue their streams.
Especially if they start bringing it into the like manufacturing process. I know when we were talking with Salvin this past weekend on the stream that we were on Top Clack's channel, he was talking about how he wanted to do stuff like that where he could show more of the actual machining processes and not just like him with his phone. I think if someone did that and they did it really well, it could be really cool content for the community.
Yeah, and even not the community, because machining is something that a ton of people are interested in, not even just keyboards. So I think it'd be a great way to get more people into the community, which I think is always a goal of basically anybody who does anything within this hobby. So it's super exciting for sure.
Try and spread the love of spending all your money on a keyboard. It would be definitely. It's. I almost want like Nathan, because Nathan makes great videos, to like go out and film him doing, because I know he wants to stream, but I could also see that being like the downside to that is like, oh, cool, I'm gonna watch this laser with this router cut through for 30 minutes and make like a quarter inch of actual space. I'm like, time lapse videos would be insane.
I mean, videos take a fuck ton of effort and time, which is why I haven't done any, is because I just don't have the fucking time. So I mean, it'd be cool. I don't expect it though. Again, like they're gonna be so busy.
For sure.
Doing what, really matters to them. I'd be surprised if they had the time, but I agree with you. That would be sick.
They should have set up a GoPro in the corner.
Yeah, just time lapse a whole day. Be nuts. That would be nuts. Bean Lover 425, thank you for the Prime sub. Coming back for 2 months. Appreciate that, my dude. Or dudette. Everyone loves Beans.
We played Siege with him.
Beans.
Oh, we did. Totally forgot about that.
Like, you've straight up talked to him.
Hey, you know what? A lot has happened between then and now, Chewy. Okay? You gotta call me out like that. Come on, man. We're supposed to be friends here.
The apocalypse is happening. I think
exactly.
Osiris gets a mild get out of jail free card there.
Hey, true.
So, but that it's true. I'm excited, and I hope that they, kind of what you were saying, they could start doing like yada yada by Keycold. Or like manufactured by Keycold,
I think,
as opposed to just because that will open up a lot more to where you can start dipping your toe. Other people can start dipping their toes into the super duper high end custom community, the luxury keyboard community.
Yeah, I think that would be something that if they did it, it would probably be highly selected, and that would be probably very far off from now.
Yeah,
I think that would be something that they maybe would offer once they experience a significant growth within the community. And yes, Tarson, that's kind of what I'm alluding to is how Rama has the foundry. That's different in the fact that you are using Rama's like network of manufacturers and all of their processes, whereas this would be like Keycult just doing everything through them. So which would be, I think, is nuts. And if we can get more stuff here manufactured here and buy like keyboards made by keyboard people, I think that's going to be even better too.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely an interesting concept, and I'm interested in seeing how it shakes out. I do know that factories that are being used over in China have been wonderful to work with. I think Keycult just specifically wants to be a little more hands-on. So,
well, that, and you run into, I'm sure the CNC machine was not a direct response to Chinese New Year and then just all of China shutting down.
No, I don't think you just drop that kind of money.
You don't just buy a CNC machine. But I think that's one way to look at it is if we have it in our own place, we are in control, and then you're saving hopefully. Now, I wouldn't surprise me if they don't change the price, but you're now saving all that money on shipping from
true. You are
China to America. So it's like, if they don't raise their price, we don't know how much it ships, but guess what? Couple 100 pounds of giant boxes is not cheap to ship across the world.
Also, manufacturing in the US is expensive, to be fair. So it's definitely trade-offs. I'm sure it's all stuff that they've taken into account.
Yeah. They're smart.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's like a mixture of factors too, with like the taxes or the import fees on like aluminum.
Yeah.
So with that, I'm sure that added an additional level to it and made it maybe make a little bit more sense to invest if they already had the idea of this, and then all these other factors kind of stacked up, and it was just like, let's just go ahead and do it,
I have a little headcanon where in reality they're just giant control freaks.
Yeah, right.
They decided to go with a CNC machine is just so they could have complete and utter control over their babies, which I totally respect. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a huge part of it too. Sure that is.
I mean, who wouldn't be? If you're going to release something, and you're putting that much pride in your own name, then you're going to want to see every single aspect.
Right. And well, it's not just a hobby for them anymore, you know. This is their job, you know. If it was 2 years ago.
I think most importantly, the whole process should be a lot quicker. They can prototype themselves. They can go through everything themselves. So I think I think that's the major thing that I'm personally looking forward to, is the fact that their times should be a hell of a lot quicker. Very nice.
159, thank you for the 5 gifted tier 1 subs. Check out Project Keyboards when you guys get the chance. It's still getting that double tap on there.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes the Stream Deck, you know, you got to press it twice. It's not the best mechanical switch. I think it's a rubber dome. So
oof.
Unlucky. But you know what? It's a great streaming tool. Say that the Stream Deck is amazing.
We're not sponsored by Elgato, by the way.
Yeah, it's like, what's the spiel here?
Yeah, no, not sponsored by Elgato or Corsair, but Corsair, if you were there,
of course, there's listening. All 3 of us, just easy 1, 2, 3. Get in early.
Not me. Hard pass.
Hard pass.
Hard pass.
By Elgato.
Well, Corsair's the ownership company.
I mean, I'm aware.
I'm good. I'd rather go for that Logitech sponsorship. That's where my heart lies.
Those Romer G's.
Yeah, she's all about the switches, the caps you can't replace because they're not.
I hate Logitech. What are you talking about? Come on,
dude. No, wouldn't that be nuts though? If like, you know, streamers of like this size started getting like crazy offers like that. Like if Logitech hit you up tomorrow, Gasp, and was like, "Hey, we'll give you a ridiculous amount of money to only promote Logitech from here on out."
How big is ridiculous?
Like 6-figure salary. Plus you get to keep. Plus you become a brand figure, and then.
But how? See, that's weird though, because I can't promote anything other than Logitech. But Logitech sells keyboards, which means she couldn't do anything keyboard related.
Well, okay, so we'll rephrase it a little bit. You have to only use Logitech gear, and you have to hype it up as the best possible.
I have been for years. I will not shut up about my mouse. I'm just saying.
Selling yourself for 6 figures, you might as well go into tech. True.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
I could be a tech YouTuber. Try me.
Dude, I mean, some of the stuff that tech YouTubers do, I'm like, man, this is nuts. The like level, like there was one guy I was watching and I was like, this literally looks like a cinematic movie for this keyboard
case. The amount of money that's required to go into tech YouTubing is beyond a barrier for entry to me. It's like never.
That Charmin sponsorship.
That's what I was about to say. I saw that. I was like, dude, yes. It would be crazy for if you know, we're starting to see in esports, like these non-esport companies that have nothing to do with it get involved. It'd be crazy if they started getting involved in keyboards as well. I think I said that earlier last year of like, it would be sweet to have like a Nike X Dixie Mech design.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be even crazier if it was like if we got endorsed by like Jordan.
I wanna Cheez-Its. I mean, the way Chewy's going with his Instagram stories, you're gonna get that Jordan sponsorship pretty damn soon. I've seen his shoes like 50 times.
Oh yeah, I sit with my feet up at work all the time, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, I mean, might as well flex them if you got them, right? Like,
yeah. I know your entire shoe collection just from scrolling through the stories.
Someone told me once, I was just, can you post a picture of your shoes? I was like, all right, I just threw them on my bed really quick. It's like keyboard content.
Dude, Puma made Tetris shoes that were like made for the latest Tetris game. We're not talking about keyboards at all right now. But
I mean,
you know what?
Who cares?
Yeah, right?
Honestly, I don't know if I would want Chick-fil-A sponsorship.
I mean, free Chick-fil-A like once or twice a week.
Though, yeah, sure, but like
I thought Chick-fil-A made the best fast food chicken sandwiches in the game. Are you backing up now?
I'm not. I am a supporter of their food on a corporate level.
Maybe not. Yeah, their ideals corporate wise might not be what we
they don't align. But you know what? Don't hate the player, hate the game, right?
Right?
Exactly.
Hey, all I'm saying is Chipotle. They've endorsed a couple of esports orgs. Let's head on over to Keyboards. I'll take a free burrito every like 3 days.
I mean, Nathan's on the verge now. Who knows what's gonna happen?
I know, right? That's crazy.
That's crazy. If you guys haven't seen, you should check it out. Nathan, they interviewed him on The Verge, which is just it's insane. And I mean, if you think about it, Twitch is becoming this huge thing, and it's still, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's still very small, but it's growing immensely. It's owned by one of the biggest companies in the world. And well, what do you need to play a video game? Well, most people play with a keyboard. And so these people who are just, there are these streamers that are just making fuck you money. like money where they can just, wipe their ass with money. It's like, it's crazy. And they're doing, and they're building their brand and they're doing all this great stuff. And it's like, cool, you have expendable income. You want a cool keyboard you can show off and match all the colors and do all this crazy stuff. Why not? And it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch all these newer people get into this hobby.
Honestly, hats off to Nathan for being able to work with them. I don't think I could do it. I've actively chosen not to go that route because that's too much stress, too much headache for me. I mean, for the prices that I charge, at least it's not worth it. So props to him for like doing that. I'm willing to go through that for the community because I couldn't do it.
People are just particular.
Yeah.
I just mean more like introducing people to the entirety of the hobby and explaining it all and the prices and telling them, how to purchase stuff, and it's a lot of money, and just doing that over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, and also dealing with Twitch streamers and not for me.
The one downside I've seen to that though is like, so he's getting exposure, right? And then people are finding his websites and then finding prices. And some of these super high-end customs cost thousands and thousands of dollars to get a very custom, like for a very custom key colt, you have to pay, easily over $2,000. And I've seen streamers where they're like, "Oh, like how much does it cost?" And they're like, "I'm not paying $2,500 for a keyboard." And I'm like, and you have 700 people watching you, and it like hurts.
Yeah.
When I see a big streamer with, lots and lots of viewers say, "Oh, it costs that much for a mechanical keyboard." And like, yeah, it's tough because you can only watch, there's 900 people saying, WTF in the chat. And you're the one guy like, "No, it's really not that much, but it's still kind of pricey, but I promise it's not that much."
Yeah, no, a huge part of why I've never wanted to go that direction is, I mean, you can even just see it on the videos he's made. He just constantly gets shit for how much the keyboards cost when that's out of his control. And I can't handle negativity of any kind. I don't have the brain of steel that Nathan does, and so just hard pass on that. Mentally, that would do me in. Like, no, thank you.
Yeah, I'm sure it's hard. I'm sure it gets hard for him, and like having all the other, questions. Sorry, there's not a panda. It's my dog. Also, someone asked what kind of dog he is. He's a Australian Shepherd Pointer mix, I think. He's a mutt.
The best dogs. So cute.
But I can't, we get asked like similar questions like of, "Oh, what should I get into?" But it's not an insane amount. It's like a reasonable amount. And we've also said like we're gonna try to keep, I don't know, we're gonna try to keep things relatively, real normal. We're not gonna try to go over the top with stuff. Not that Nathan is right now, but I know that as you get more exposure, it gets easier and easier to kind of like take that plunge into the cringy content sphere. But I'll be interested to see kind of what happens over the next 6 months, especially with what happened right now. Our hobby was in such a almost euphoric moment where it's just on this meteoric rise, just growing exponentially. I'm gonna be interested to see how many people get into it because they're at home, and how many people are just I can't right now, or people who are in it that are I'm gotta be out for a while.
I'm not looking forward to. I mean, I think so. Getting more people into this hobby is generally speaking a good thing, but where we have a bottleneck on products currently, I am not looking forward to the aftermarket in the next 5 months because even though there will be, I'm assuming this is my projection. I am so not an expert. I'm assuming that a lot of people will be offloading due to financial difficulties. We'll just also have so many people getting into this hobby, just because so much more is happening that the aftermarket is going to be real nasty for a while. I'm just calling it. It's going to be terrible. And I'm not looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to seeing, more creams being flipped for ridiculous prices. It's probably my least favorite part about this hobby is flipping. I don't know if that distaste comes from my background in artisans, where flipping is literally the worst fucking thing you can do. A great way to get everyone to fucking hate you. Or if it's just a distaste that's just innate to me, people ripping other people off and taking opportunities away from people who genuinely want an item in order to make a quick buck. But I'm really not looking forward to that. For some reason, flipping really gets under my skin.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things that it is the nature of a hobby, of a niche like this. We talk a lot about how the hobby compares a little bit to the hype beast fashion, your Supremes and your Off-Whites of the world.
I think we talked about this last time, actually. Yeah. Clearly, it's a reoccurring issue with me.
Hey, but it compares so well to that because of the sense of things are released in small portions. A lot of times they are, especially boards. Keycap sets are limited in the nature of the fact that they're run at a single time and they're manufactured once. But it's just it is interesting to see. I think it's a nature of the niche, but I'm hoping that it evens out a little bit and that the prices go down.
I wish more people understood that your worth is not how rare your keyboard is. And don't get me wrong, it's really nice. I have a Satisfaction 75 and I love it, but does that make me a better person? Is that worth,
if it wins Mech Madness? Yes, it does.
But it's really sad. The longer I'm in this hobby, it used to just be a hobby about you get a cool keyboard, and there's this tiny subset of people who thought that your worth came from, how ridiculously rare your switches were, and that will always be a part of the hobby. But it's really sad to me to see a lot of, and maybe this is just me lurking in the background too much in the wrong places maybe, but I see a lot of people who are trying to enter the hobby from a budget perspective that see all of these $3,000 keyboards, and the second they say, oh, I like Gat Yellows, they get absolutely fucking crushed. And it breaks my heart, and I wish that would go away. And I think part of that is perpetuated from the whole flipping nonsense. And I don't know, flipping and elitism can go suck a dick. That is basically what I'm saying.
So Hooligan605 asks, what do y'all think it will take to get this hobby to the level where parts are readily available, reasonably priced, similar to getting high-end PC audio gear? Time. I think it's just time, personally.
It's vendors getting the capital to do in-stock products and be able to do that themselves and take that risk rather than having to do group buys. And I know a lot of people are really trying hard to move that way very, very soon. But what they need is support from you
Yeah.
and you showing that you have an interest in them having in-stock products and there being a large enough market. And part of that is time for sure.
Yeah. It's because, I mean, if you think about it, Project's only been out for about a year or two. Dixie's 2 to 3 years. Novelty's 2 to 3 years. Like these super well-known brands are not brands that have been around for 5-10 years, which, you know, a lot of people in business, like, you don't really, you know, you need more than 2 to 3 years to start going, unless you're like an app developer. You need to get you need to start making more money and having a fallback, so in case the whole thing comes crashing down because you bought 150 custom keyboards and nobody wanted it, you know, you need to be able to take that hit and keep moving. So, but it's also just slow. Like, what do you want? Keycaps from where? GMK. Cool. Wait.
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
I think Dixie has said before, I think he might have even said that when we had him on last time, of talking about how the group buy model, at least for keycaps, is still kind of working. I think what you'll see is more of a transition to where, as that capital increases, they'll purchase more extras. So it'll be like how we have the situation with novel keys right now, where there's like 4 or 5 GMK sets that are just in stock there you can purchase. And you'll still be able to get in a group buy at a lower price, which I think is a happy medium, at least for now. I don't know if we'll get to full in stock for keycaps for a long time, if maybe ever.
The key company is moving that way. I thought, maybe I'm wrong, but with their Infinity stuff, I think they were trying to sort of go in that direction. Again, I may be off on that. I don't know. I don't talk to Jason on a regular basis, so don't. If I'm wrong, don't kill me. But like, yeah, we'll see.
And the other thing too is, like, you think about, okay, they have to get 150, they have to get 250 sets, and then they start selling them. They don't know how fast that's going to sell, so you're not going to put in an order until you either are running low or out, and then it's going to be 9 months before you can get that restocked. And so, and you could put it up and it'll sell out in 5 minutes because people are like, oh shit, this set's amazing. And then now it's like, cool. Yeah, there's no way you can plan for that.
Yeah, there's that risk. There's also the fact that no one really has like warehouse space, like just Mike, and I think a couple of people are moving towards warehouse space. But as far as vendors go, nobody really had that space because, like you mentioned earlier, this is new, right? And so, like, even if you wanted to offer in-stock products, you kind of couldn't because you had nowhere to store it. Right?
Listen, 159 and Dixie, you can store all your keycap sets on your yacht, but have fun with USPS picking it up.
Yeah, right. Yacht. Come on, man.
The other thing that's really funny to me, and again, this is me soapboxing on your stream. I'm sorry, I do this every single time.
It's okay.
But it really fucking cracks me up when the people who are complaining about the price of things are also complaining about how long it takes to get stuff. Like, you understand the only way that you're going to get in-stock products is if vendors actually make money, right? And they can build up capital to buy in-stock products. You understand that, right? That's very basic, you know, math here. It always really gets my goat when the same people who are like, why aren't you having really high quality stuff, like shipping out now, and you're taking so long, or also people who are like, why does this thing cost like $200?
Yeah,
GMK sets 120. Why can't it be 100? I don't care if it adds a number. So
yeah, well, and it's one of those things. It's like, if you don't realize how much less profit margin there is in this hobby as a whole, from a vendor point of view, than most other like industries.
I see people all the time being like, oh, Mike and Dixie and, you know, everybody are making so much money from these GMK sets. I know how much they cost to make. Do you know how much they cost to fucking ship? Do you know how much, how much
boxes cost?
Oh my God.
Boxes. So running the Baka did open my eyes a bunch. And it was, boxes are expensive because you have to ship. It is the dumbest sentence, in my opinion. it is crazy expensive how much money it costs to ship shipping boxes. Because it's like this big, and it takes up so much truck space. And I'm like, it blew my mind when I started when Blind Assassin, who helped me run the group by, he was like, yeah, here's some dimensions you might look into. And I was looking, I was like, are you serious? Like, and you can't buy up to one. Yeah, it's usually, so I have like 10, 15 extra boxes sitting in my closet. But I'm like, maybe I'll be able to use these for something at some point.
Yeah.
Like,
imagine a $5 box per key set actually costs a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
I don't know why people can't do that math, but Jesus Christ.
I love
isn't that a flowers
I love the yacht meme and how it has. We need to get together and rent a yacht for a day and do like a photo shoot.
Boats and hoes.
Make like a video with everyone, all the vendors. It'd be hilarious.
Just throwing keycap sets off the side of the boat.
Just keycap sets.
Yeah, make it rain.
Amazon, dude. Amazon did make 2-day shipping normal and cut out 2-day shipping. I realized I put my phone down and I took some soul searching about how much for granted I have been taking Amazon. I was like,
dude,
these speakers aren't going to show up on Tuesday. They're going to show up on Thursday. What the fuck is this?
I was trying to order some soap and it wasn't going to ship until April 21st with Prime. And I was like, the fuck is this shit? Excuse me? I've been so spoiled. I totally feel you.
It makes you it's one of those things, it makes you feel bad for all the like other companies that didn't have the same infrastructure as Amazon to get that out, that have been shipping stuff. They're like, how the hell do we deal with this? Like how do we compete?
It's like, all right, guys, everyone's on vacation for 2 months. By the way, you can't leave your house.
Yeah.
Oh God.
No, I recently redid my setup and I got rid of my giant studio monitor speakers.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right, I'm just gonna buy like some decent Logitech ones and be happy with it because I'm not editing audio, nor have I for the last 4 years. So I'm like, I'll just get some cheaper speakers. It took like 5 days to get here, and I was just sitting here like, that meme where it's the guy with the mustache who's like in the empty pool and sitting on the bench. He's just like using a Bose speaker.
I had to order some parts. I needed some screws and some replacement micro USB ports, and I needed some fucking wire. And normally it's like 2 days. So when these issues came through with these builds, I was like, okay, no big. I'll just order on Amazon for you. And it was like 3 weeks, and I was like, your build is going to be here a little bit longer than we expected. I am so sorry.
It's going to be a minute.
Yeah.
How do you guys think the coronavirus will affect the key market? If you're specifically talking about Mech market, I think it's going to pull in different directions. I think you're going to see, Eric said this Monday, you're going to see people dumping stuff. People who maybe unfortunately lost their jobs or are been furloughed or are just not making as much as they usually are, who are just like, this is obviously the extra crap that I don't need right now. And I'm sitting with a $700 keyboard. I'm going to throw that. On the other hand, like what Apiary said, it's kind of, you might start seeing now that there's a scarcity of products, the people that are fortunate enough to have money are willing to buy up. So it's
weird. Not only do we not know what the actual economy is going to be doing, right? Nobody fucking knows. But on top of that, this is a luxury niche.
Yep.
Which means that it normally, like, luxury niches are kind of, generally speaking, not super much touched by recessions because, they cater to people with money. But the issue is that this is something that a lot of people overspend on, right? And so that's like where the question mark comes in is, it is the balance between those who are overspending and those who are actually in that luxury market, right?
Yeah. I think it's
But if you have money to spend it at projectkeyboard.com.
Yeah.
Or commission me to build shit. Thank you.
You can buy something from mechsondeck.project.link and then commission Apiary to build it. Boom. Helping out both of them.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm shitting myself right now because this is my full-time job. And unlike Nathan, I don't produce enough content to live off of that money. So I'm pissing myself. I'm really fucking scared. Hopefully everything works out.
I mean, I've got these creams and films, and I'm willing to spend big bucks.
You'll know I'm desperate. Oh Lord.
I mean, he might pay extra if you also eat Chick-fil-A on stream.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You know, if it comes
eat the
to
pickle,
where...
sitting there with PayPal, right?
She's just crying.
Eat the fucking pickle.
You know, someone's into that.
Exactly. Someone clip that, please. Someone asked, True, what are the figures on the shelf behind you? I have a very large Funko Pop collection that are displayed here and in front of me.
Yeah,
that is what they are. I will happily take if you want to. If you, and Eric's got some really nice.
Mine are all Overwatch though. I have all Overwatch.
I have a nice variety of. There's Reinhardt right here.
I have 2 patchy Mari above my head.
Boom.
There you go.
There it is. Easy. Are mauves and alpacas the same?
Jury's out. So, sorry, I'm taking over.
No, go
Let's
for
do
it.
this. 159 did test it to see if the material was the same, and that preliminary test seemed to indicate that it was in fact the same material. However, they ordered a different material. It could still be a different material, but burning with a laser showed the same results as burning, the other material. So, who knows?
I remember talking to him and being like, "There's some discrepancies, but like hard to prove." And I don't know how many people would truly care. Like, I feel like you would have the vocal minority be like, "This sucks. This is terrible. I can't believe they would do this." And 98% of the other people would be like, "I don't care. They feel
159 probably cares because he paid a little bit extra for that different material.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a shady thing. But, I mean, we're talking about Duroc.
If people are buying them, but eat the fucking pickle. Thanks.
Please don't ever spam that in my chat. Thank you. Just putting that out there right now.
I don't. So, guys, next time we raid Apiary, just remind me what we're gonna spam into our chat whenever.
Hard pass. Oh God.
Duroc, shady. Never.
This is terrible. I can't believe they would do that. I mean, yeah, it sucks. Vendor standpoint, yes, you're paying more and not getting. That is not a good thing. But when it comes to how the consumer accepts that, as obviously there are only a few people that this affects when it comes to a monetary standpoint, that blows. But I think that people are still going to buy Durocs. That's not going to stop people from going out and trying to get mauves and alpacas and lilacs.
I mean, but if they just continue producing the same 2 fucking switches, it's gonna get a little bit old at some point, right?
It's just gonna be kind of there, right? Like, it's just gonna be like,
it's gonna be like creams.
I mean, creams are pretty hype right now. I would say more of like the standard line for Gatoron, Yeah. Like your Gatoron yellows. It's just gonna be there, It's not gonna be something that people are like overly like, "Oh my God, this is the best thing ever. You should try it." You'd be like, "Yeah, they're good." So
would putting in inverse stems do anything to alpacas? Nathan said it would, but many say that I would not need. I mean, it's not a necessity.
I'm assuming he's talking about UHM WPE, the Invir UHM WPE
the Oompa Loompa stems.
Yeah. Alpacas are really fucking smooth. Okay.
Yeah, they are.
They're super smooth. I think the only thing it would change is the sound for the worse. So I wouldn't do it versus something like inks or creams that aren't necessarily as smooth out of the bag. You would notice more of a difference, right?
Absolutely.
People talking creams overhyped. They are in fact overhyped, but I will say they are still a good switch. They are just a terrible switch out of the bag, and they smell like death.
Yeah, creams.
Do I have any?
Creams are like a fine wine. They get better with age. Significantly better with age.
Or with good work. Just saying.
I've got 10
Put a little
creams.
bit of work in it, you're fine.
It's faint.
Geo
like
says he loves the smell. Well, young Geo, you were wrong. You do not love the smell.
I buy them just to smell them. Damn right you do.
I want to make. Yeah.
I'm gonna stop that sentence. Where's my? I haven't put it in the emoji format, or whatever, the Twitch emote format. You have to have it like in 3 different sizes, but you only ever see it in one size. So I've never understood why you have to put it in 3 different sizes. But Terracin, I'll hit you up after the stream.
That's such a fucking nightmare. I hate that you have to do 3 different sizes. I also hate that it takes fucking 4 weeks for them to approve emotes. Can we talk about that?
Can we talk about how bad the platform is at certain things? Yeah, I mean, it is. It sucks because you don't know, and then like occasionally they'll just be like, "Yeah, nope, this one didn't get approved."
Luckily, we have not had any issues. We had one take. So we did our faces are on here. There's like question mark Osiris and oh yeah Chewy, and they approved mine like the next day. And then they sat on Eric's for 3 weeks.
Yeah. I was like, what? They're really zooming in on my face trying to figure out what those lines were around my head.
Racist context in here.
Yeah.
Oh god.
But yeah, I think we're looking at trying to change up some emotes. We have some new.
I think we're gonna be cycling out the 2 faces.
I was gonna say, don't change them all at the same time. Don't make the mistake I did.
Well, I feel like oof is gonna stay, and the air horn is probably gonna stay forever.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what we should do? We're gonna sacrifice the one that I'm thinking about on Tuesday.
Ooh. Okay.
It'll be its going away party.
I mean, I'm down. Someone did ask, what is everyone typing on? What are the specs of the keyboards you were using? What are you typing on, Apiary?
Let me unplug it. Pull it out. This is my E-White Satisfaction 75 with lubed creams on a brass plate. Surprisingly really nice. I normally don't like I mean, creams on a brass plate is different than other linears, but generally speaking I don't like linears on a brass plate. Creams are the exception to that rule. But yeah, they're really good. Love it.
Bumper built by Apiary.
That he won from us.
Yep.
What you got
today?
I have not changed my Baka with the curves, the fun ones. It's got Holy Jesus, which are just Holy Pandas, but they were the switch that brought the Holy Pandas back in.
Those were some good melons, dude.
God, that was a good time. I wish we were content creators at that time.
Dude, there was so
fun
like
stuff to cover.
2018, there was so much spice that I wish we could have covered. You had Boxgate, you had Pandas. Yeah.
But yeah, it's Holy Pandas, brass plate, fixed sandwich mount, GMK lime. My Fiel is out at the moment, and excited to show that off. Baka Round 2 is indefinitely not
on hold.
On hold. Blame coronavirus.
I was gonna say,
I'm not risking that kind of in the current state. I cannot risk that kind of. I can't take that kind of financial risk right now. So I apologize. I announced the other day, and I'll continue. But it's for right now. I just cannot do a buy that would be larger than like 5, and there's no point in doing it.
Yeah, 5 board group buy would be kind of the same thing as what you did for round 1. So for me, I am typing on the prototype Rect 1800 that I built last night with mauves and GMK 9s.
Nines with rose gold is
ooh, wow. Yeah, it actually looks really, really good. I got my nice little shout out to CYO caps. Got my little. It looks really awkward on the camera.
Different camera,
but
You get used to it, trust me. When he shows shit off like up here.
I will say this configuration like this makes me like want to try to get an extra of Olivia Dark, the plus dark, because this does look so good on this.
Yeah.
But someone did ask if the brutal is good. Brutal is great.
That is an 1800 layout that he just showed. Or a C is commonly referred to as a CP layout as well.
Man, I need more exploded arrow keyboards to come out. Please.
Please.
Nine Walker and Wee Loops, thank you for the subs. Appreciate it.
Olivia on rose gold keyboard is the worst. Olivia, fight me.
Terrible.
But no, that is, if you guys have questions, you are more than welcome to ask any three of us anything. I will ask Apiary, what is the board you are most hyped for right now, that you have maybe not in the mail, but maybe sitting in like a FedEx shipping floor for the next like month and a half?
Count it. I have a Matrix Mr. hat that I'm really looking forward to building. I know that's like a very controversial board, but I'm super excited. I think it's gonna be a really fun build. I'm a giant sucker for cheesy shit, and it's the type of thing that I would never buy, but I would love to get my hands on just once, and so it's perfect for me. I'm super excited. I'm debating trying to make a build video out of it. I don't really want to build it on stream, just because there's no one's built Mr. Hat on video. There's like literally no teardown or anything. So it'd be like a 5-hour stream because I'd be moving so slow, knowing me, just trying to be so careful. But like I'm debating trying to make a YouTube video out of me building it. We'll see.
Just do a time lapse. Easy peasy.
Maybe. Yeah.
Absolutely. Since Olivia's here, I did want to show this off real quick. My Cerakoted OD Green Baka, which has GMK Olive on it, which
I love Olive.
It looks amazing.
159 bought two just so he could throw it away.
Olive is on my boyfriend's daily driver right now. His green moon. It's so good. I bought him a bunch of the Sism Olive artisans to go along with it. It's so fucking cute.
I have Olivia's Baka sitting in my. I'm waiting on switches. But I have Olivia's Baka sitting in my closet, which you can guess what color it is, but it looks fantastic.
Is it like the good rose gold or is it like the pink rose gold? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll send you a picture. It's I need to like dig it out. So the other thing is my closet is now like super full because we had to go get all the stuff from school. To like be able to teach kids and like put it in that closet. So there's literally like a xylophone. Or not xylophone, but hold on.
To answer your question, Jack Dunlap, Brutal 60.
It is a xylophone. There's a xylophone sitting in that closet.
Brutal 60 is a good board, excuse me, and I think alpacas with TX films and Crytex 205 grade 0 would be a fantastic build.
You should put that in an FR4 plate.
In an FR4, that's what I have.
Yeah.
That's what this is. This Rect 1800 is an FR4 plate, and it sounds awesome.
Alpacas and brass is disgusting. Fight me. It's so gross. I hate it. But alpacas and FR4, so good.
Zerkowski asks, how did Osiris get his name?
Okay. So I've always really liked Egyptian, like, mythology, like, just that entirety of it is I've always been down for. I got my dog. So actually Chewy and his wife, which was his girlfriend at the time, I had just broken up with a girl. An very toxic relationship had ended, and they were like, we're going to the animal shelter. And I was like, okay. And then I found my dog, who was 3 months old, and they were like, I decided I was going to get him, and they're like, what do you want to name him? And I was like, Anubis. Didn't even think twice. Anubis. And then about 6 months later, we started playing games. And then I was like, what should I make my name? And I was looking it up. Osiris is the adopted father of Anubis. So it fits perfectly because Anubis is my adopted son. So that's kind of how I got it.
There it is. Are all the Cerakote Bakas done? I don't know. I'll talk to you another time about that. Just PM me. Let's see. Half plate or full plate? I like stiff. I would have everything in a fixed plate stainless steel, like reinforced. I want my board to punch me back when I type on it.
Jesus.
If you're just starting out, I would not suggest a half plate. It's not
it will
fun.
It will throw off everything. Let's see.
Also, Wee Loops, thank you for the 500 bits, and Trey Pop, thank you for the 3 bits. Appreciate it.
How did each of you get into hobby of custom mechs? I'll go. Mine's the quickest. Our mod Willio told me to buy a custom keyboard when I got into PC game. Not custom, but a mechanical keyboard. So I bought a Razer. And then Eric got into building customs. And then I remember being on the subreddit a bunch. And then I told Eric, once I saw SA Lime, I was like, and then I just said, build me something, and fell in love. So
yeah. I built my first ever custom PC like 4 years ago. Still the one I'm using today. Held up really well. But while I was doing that, I was just looking at peripherals. I was like, oh, I gotta get like a gaming keyboard. And then I found the mechanical keyboard subreddit, and I don't believe in doing things in parts, and so here I am.
Yeah, similar story, I guess, to the other. Chewy got me into PC gaming. We were at Micro Center, and he was like, you got to get a mechanical keyboard. And they had a Ducky on sale. It's a full size Ducky. And I got that. And then I had been on drop at that time, mass drop for a very long time, like since the site, like almost since it started.
Back when they ran really awesome stuff.
Dude, back when it was like actually group buys. Like it was basically just this community for everything. Like they sold vape gear, which I totally forgot about until I looked through my purchases from like
transactions.
Yeah, from like 2013. But so I'd always seen custom stuff, and then the big one that kind of got me looking at it more intense was the I can't remember the name of it. It's like they used to sell the kits. They had like 6 or 7 different types of them that they would sell and drop all the time. And they had one that was like a 65%, but it had the full it had 8 keys for the F row, or 10 keys for the F row, to the left side of the red scarf. That's exactly what it was, Olivia. It was the red scarf, but specifically the one that had the additional clusters to the left of the keyboard. That made me want to get one, and then I missed it, and so I bought a Tada 68. And then after that, I got Chewy in, and then Chewy got me further into it, and then that's kind of how hobbies go for us.
Yep.
We just perpetually get each other further and further.
It's like a mini competition.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. It's like you got this, cool, I'm gonna get this.
Well, it was like there was one day we played Magic together for a long time. There's one day I come over to his apartment, and he's like, "Hey, yeah, I got this Legacy deck," and I'm like, "You just throw your dick down on the table. Come on, man."
Let's see. Do flex cut PCBs make a difference? Only if you're using no plate or a half plate, or like
something
even
really
I guess
flexy.
palm. But like if you're using a standard metal plate, it does not matter at all. There was one about the Fiel. I just missed it. Where was it? If you asked about a Fiel, ask again. If you're just starting, that's.
Someone asked if we had tried any of the new HHKBs. I have not, and I know Chewy hasn't. Have you, Apiary, tried any of the new?
I hate HHKBs.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. We knew we liked you for a reason.
There's something. There was something there.
I don't think it's very good compared to a good MX board. Why?
Peace. I think it was just, if I remember correctly, it was, here it is. What makes Fiel so great when most folks say Tray Mountain is not that great? One, that is a subjective statement. Two, they sound and feel amazing. And three, because they have made the Tray Mountain experience more customizable, I really appreciate now that you can kind of add in or take out flex to your feel. Overall, it's just a fantastic board. And they're selling them tomorrow.
Yep.
In 12 hours or something like that.
Wonder, Olivia, are you going to get the rose gold one?
Oh, I'm sure she's already got it. They say they're making 10. They're making 11.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Come on.
But opinion on PC Clippa. I think that's insane, dude. The Clippa T is a nutty price. No comment. We know.
Come on. There's no secrets.
But the Clippa T is an insane price. It's like $120 for the aluminum and then $110 for the polycarb. That's crazy, especially right now when people don't have a ton of, there's a lot of people who don't have a ton of money and maybe they want to get something super high value. And if it's Mechanisk, we'll know that it's going to be high quality.
So, we missed something. Do we have any? Can we convince you to throw out a leak?
Who?
Your keycap. You.
Me.
Can you just give us is it
just move it really fast across the screen. Let's test your shutter speed.
No. Hard pass. No. But I don't know. I'm really excited for it. I really hope I'm really excited for it to actually start going. I've been basically spending my weekends on this. Got working on it. I can tell you that the novelties I think are incredible. I did not make them. I got a wonderful person who has run a previous group buy, who I'm very close with, to help me out with those. He did an amazing job, and I think they're going to really help make this set. And I'm just really excited. I think it's going to. I hope it's going to fill a niche that I realized existed because I have to use a lot of a certain type of key set on my board, and I was getting frustrated because I couldn't find something to my taste within that particular niche. So I hope people see it like I see it, basically. I'm a little bit worried about that, but I don't know. I'm excited. I hope it does well.
I'm sure it's gonna do fantastic. Aqua's Xylence versus
Aqua Xylence versus Creams. What do you think, AP?
If you have ever seen my stream ever in your entire life, you know that I fucking hate silent switches. What a question.
It's funny how much we don't get along publicly, but how similar our alignments on thoughts on keyboards are.
I think I was once quoted as saying they felt like partially dried dog shit to type on, and I stand by that statement. Not a fan. I hate them. So Creams.
I mean, I think I said last night in my stream that my most regret, the most regretful thing I've ever done in keyboards is putting Xylence in my orange 75 because it just
I put Roselios in my unicorn, my light pink unicorn, because I thought it'd be cute, and I had never tried, really extensively tried Helios before, and I had been told that they were really good. So I was like, okay, I'll give silent switches a try again, because these are supposed to be like the gold standard. Fucking hated it. I like never used that board. It was terrible.
Yeah, I think if you like Topra, you're gonna be more down for the for those like silent switches, but yeah, I mean creams all the way. If that's your two options, one that's like linear versus tactile, but
yeah, it's like the quiet or the loudest linear possible. I just watched the clip by Trey Pop of you saying you're gonna try your hardest to get the big ass enter key into your keyboards. So excited to see the big ass enter key coming.
Yeah, that's a fucking lie, and Trey knows it. I can confirm that there will not be a big ass enter key in the keys.
You did say you will try your hardest.
Yeah, well, I tried my hardest. I considered it for 2 seconds.
Zeal clicky or silo beam springs? Zeal clicky. Silo beam springs aren't going to work except for on like 8 boards.
Yeah.
So they will not work with 99% of PCBs. While I'm sure they will be cool, I'm more excited for Zeal clickies.
Beam spring switches are also fucking huge.
I'd like to commission a silent linear. No, dude, don't do a silent linear. Do filmed creams on a full size.
I mean, no matter what board or switches come my way, I will do my very best and make them feel as good as possible. It just so happens that with silence, that bar is on the fucking ground.
But have her replace the cream stem with a silent stem.
Ooh, so
next level.
Double shit.
That sounds disgusting.
I'm sure it would.
Actually terrible.
It's probably terrible.
I'm sure it would. And the thing is at least in my opinion, the silence don't feel that bad, except for when the bottom out, it's like real squishy, but they don't feel terrible. They're not the worst switches I've ever felt. But man, they just sound so poopy.
Yeah, no. It's not the feel at all. It's not the feel that gets me with silence at all. They feel lovely. They just sound like a soft fart.
Soft.
It's terrible. Like a very scratchy fart.
Let's see. Silence versus box whites all day. I didn't. You know, it's funny. I didn't realize people were filming creams. That's what Jake Rep said. I didn't know they needed them. Like I talked to someone earlier that said, "Do you film Zycos?" I was like, "God no, I would not." It's already really hard to.
Yeah, do you
crack
film
those
Holy
things
Pandas?
together?
Fuck no.
Like, I was like, I mean, you're feel free to do whatever you want. You're just gonna have. What was the other one that I saw?
Someone said.
What happened to Keycon?
Did something happen? I haven't.
Nothing happened. They are currently waiting on whether. So a lot of people are saying, "Is it still going on?" Because it's in Denver and the fucking plague is happening. They don't know either. I think they're currently, and I don't know the inner workings. I don't talk to Jacob's Mirror on the reg, so don't take this as insider info because it seriously isn't. But my understanding is, and my assumption is that they are probably waiting on the venue to see if they can get a refund, because if they can't, that's obviously an issue for them, right?
Yeah.
Because it's just one dude running a meetup. How's he supposed to refund everybody? And also,
yeah. So as a hospitality / event professional, that's what I do for a living. I've had to deal with that for the last 3 weeks with people trying to cancel events. The way that it works a lot of times is you can't cancel, but they might let you move it and not pay a fee. So hopefully it'll get moved rather than canceled, and that way Jacob's not out of a ton of money. But hopefully things get better. Better, and then we can have the event or a VR meetup.
I would say probably if they have to cancel, I can't imagine everybody getting refunds for their tickets. Like there's just no way.
Which even, I mean, end of the day, some people will be mad. Like I don't think Osiris.
I wouldn't be mad. There's no way.
Like that guy's already dealing with so much crap, and like you can't plan.
And
for
you
this.
don't make money off of meetups, generally speaking. Normally, it's kind of done out of the kindness of your heart. So
yeah, the
KeyCon
big
was supposed
thing,
to be June 12th.
Yeah,
I think
June 13th.
June 13th.
The big thing will be, so basically what happens is the way that the contracts are written a lot of times, at least from my personal experience, if the event becomes illegal to happen, so if the state or the city that they live in, or not live in, but the city that the event is occurring in, so Denver, was to come out and say that events over this size cannot happen, then they would be able to basically void the contract.
Yes.
But right now, the way things are, it is not to that point in time. It's not all the way to June. A lot of them end the first week or the second week of April right now.
Yeah, which is why they're likely waiting. I know a lot of people are upset about that because they're not sure whether or not they should buy flights or not. But there's really nothing they can do. Like, what are you expecting from them exactly? Yeah.
It's not like the flights are expensive. In fact, they're probably way cheaper.
And you'll likely get.
We've already bought our flights, but we haven't made any more plans outside of that because it's like, just sit on it. And the other thing too is like, what are you going to do? You're probably going to go to the next if KeyCon gets moved back 3 months, don't go spend all your KeyCon money. Like once now I don't have to do this. I can spend it unless you want to spend it at one of our fine sponsors. But
I'll throw it in the chat.
Exactly. If KeyCon gets canceled, use that money and throw it in one of those fine sponsors.
You could do a virtual meetup.
Virtual meetups, that would be like pretty cool. Like how big of a Google Hangout can you actually have? Let's test it. But we kind of viewed it as like, let's just not do anything, and then if not, the tickets can just get thrown into credit that we'll just use for a future meetup. So dude, ABP, man, ABP, Bean Lover, always be Let me just take a sip from my shill jug.
Always be plugging. Show and tell keyboards with webcams. We'll get in a Discord call and we'll have people just come up and we'll show their boards, and then we'll end the call and go to the next person. Get like 300 people.
That would be difficult, but fun.
It's just mechanical keyboards. Our mechanical keyboards, isn't it? Just with extra steps.
Yeah, but then it's all.
If it was really our mechanical keyboards, everyone would be showing off their 2 minutes.
Hang up on them and then rate out of 10 the next person.
That would be so bad.
No.
Just like purposely pissing everyone off. That would be fun.
How to ruin your Twitch career as a keyboard streamer in one easy move.
Be a dick.
I was thinking about this, so I didn't say this when we were talking about Nathan. Like, it's cool that he gets to work with these. What a strange
transition.
I know. I'm like, Nathan's like literally like one of the nicest dudes ever.
No, he's super duper nice. What I was gonna say though is what he is doing, I respect, because any one of those streamers could just fucking ruin him.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Like,
I would touch
any one of those people
Are you kidding?
Could just go, this guy screwed me over, and hit, like, he could literally, it could screw him up because like he's full time. Like that could straight up just end his entire keyboard career. All it would take. What's scary too is like shipping could screw it.
Yeah.
Something that's out of his hands could just dent the board, and then boom, he's like, I spent $3,500 on this keyboard for what? This? And like, I'm like, respect. Yeah. Because you've now put your career in like 20 other people's hands that could very easily screw your entire Twitch experience.
That is exactly what I was saying. I cannot. Dealing with normal customers is fucking stressful enough. Okay, because if I mean, the way this hobby is, if anybody said anything, I had my first ever casualty en route to me happened, and the guy posted about it. He didn't say it was my fault. Quite the opposite. It was very clearly not my fault, right? If it was my fault, I would have had to taken like a fucking X-Acto knife and just scribbled on it. It was that bad, unfortunately. But it was very clearly like not an instance of me doing anything wrong, but he happened to post about it, and somebody was like, are you sure that's not the builder and they're not just trying to cover it up? Like,
Come on. Yeah.
Excuse you. Like, even if you were joking, this is my fucking livelihood. Like, sit your ass down, please.
Yeah.
I don't think that's funny
And with,
at all.
With what Venin just said, he said, who in the community would believe that, for as far as what Chewie was talking about with Nathan? I can't see people blaming Nathan for that kind of thing. The thing is with Nathan, because he is so big, he is somewhat, this is going to sound kind of not, I don't want this to sound bad. He's somewhat past the need of having people in the community like him. He is focused just as much on the community as he is with the outside people and getting people who are not involved in the community in. Because, and we've talked about this before, where Nathan has done a great job of making himself a Twitch personality and not just a keyboard person. Mm-hmm. So he's likable from a Twitch standpoint as well.
I mean, Twitch, if I remember correctly, if I was reading the little thing in the top right of the Verge thing, if I remember correctly, Twitch got him the thing with the Verge. Like, it was presented by Twitch. Right, so I think Twitch has his back for sure.
Yeah, Twitch has his back, but you also can't stop hordes of people going in and jacking up his Discord and jacking up his streams.
People are stupid.
Because people, especially now, I mean, think about it now. People have time and are bored and are assholes.
True.
No, people don't care about you. They don't. So, like, you're always... I mean, if you're in any position to be seen, you're in danger. Yeah. Cue the Simpson meme. I'm in danger.
And you know, we talked about how good of a dude Nathan is, because he's so nice and he's just like really personable person overall. Mm-hmm. What a great person to be like that, like be in that spotlight. Because I know for me, I feel like I would rub people the wrong way in a lot of situations.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
I mean, but even both Chewie and myself, we have somewhat of a polarizing personalities in our own different ways. Whereas Nathan is just great with like everyone. He's a soft-spoken person and is great. So
I mean, there's still some people somehow that hate him, which I don't understand. But
I feel like that's not by his own fault, right? Like.
Well, I mean, that's just ever by your own fault, really?
Sometimes I'm a dick to someone on purpose.
Oh, okay. My bad.
I mean,
Osiris brings it on himself.
Hey, you should hear me play Overwatch. It gets a little bit rough sometimes.
Oh, I've heard you.
So I want to ask a hard-hitting question. All right, Apiary, you are a female in this hobby that is. Especially when it comes to being on camera, predominantly shown to as a lot of men in this hobby. Mm-hmm. You recently had, I'm sure you've had haters since fucking day one. But how is it being a woman in this hobby and someone who has recently kind of shot up in the not, I don't want to say ranks, but just there's a lot of new streamers, and you have had great success on your Twitch channel, and in a world where it's kind of, you know, you've got Tiny and you've got Mentorly and you, and then outside of that, it starts kind of taking a steep cliff off. So how is it kind of being in this, you know, with lots of men in the community? How is it, I guess, as a female role model?
It's really fucking scary and unfun, to be perfectly honest with you. 9 times out of 10, it's unfun. I've definitely, especially even recently, very recently, I've been receiving some very targeted harassment, even that I've been dealing with behind the scenes. It's not fun. It fucking sucks. And there's always an element of how much of this is because I'm a girl, and how much of this is just comes with the territory, and that's something that's really hard to tell, and that I'm just trying to kind of stay away from. But yeah, no, it's not fun. It's not fun dealing with people who are higher than you on the totem pole, and not 100% sure of what their intentions are. You know, if they make an off-color comment, you're like, huh, you know, and you don't really know how to handle that, or like, what's going on. I think it's a weird thing to navigate in general. It sucks. It fucking sucks. There's literally no upsides that I can see, at least. Yeah, no. And then if I do well, everyone says it's just because I'm a girl and because people want to, look at a girl. So I don't even, I get a lot of shit and no kudos. So that's the honest to God take. There's no one. There's no upside. It's just dog shit. But I love keyboards. I love what I do. I love my community. And so I'm here.
Yeah. It's not like the thing is, it's not like you're sitting here and you're trying to like farm viewers because you're a girl. You're not just here to make money. Like,
no, I'm very not making a lot of money. I also have to go out of my way to make sure that people like I'm very conscious of what I wear on stream. I intentionally, my boyfriend's in the chat moderating for me and interacting, and that's intentional. I want people to know that you can't be a fucking creep and that I have a boyfriend, so if you are a creep, you go away. Like, that's very intentional, and it's unfortunate that he has to be there helping me with that. But we noticed, since he started doing that, a decline in the amount of people who are being shitbags in my chat. So that's what we have to do. And it sucks.
It's just unfortunate. I think you hit the nail on the head. You can't feel like people appreciate your hard work because you put in just as much work as everybody else, but people just assume, Nathan got huge, and people are like, oh, he put in the work and he put in the effort and he did this. And if Nathan was a girl, people would just immediately say, because he's a girl.
Yeah, and that's the only reason why he was the first streamer to, get big. That would absolutely be what people were saying.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, that's why. And it's like, no, calm down.
I don't know if it's just me whining either. And again, it's kind of hard because I feel this way, but there's no metric. I don't know if I'm just being whiny, and this is something that everyone has to deal with because I don't know, and that kind of hurts too in a way. But I almost feel like I have to go above and beyond to try and prove myself as competent even because I just even from the very beginning I had people not believing that I knew what I was doing or that I could do a good job. So there was a lot of surprise. I feel when people found out that people were enjoying my builds, even that kind of stung a little bit. Not that it ever should hurt to know that people enjoy your builds, but it kind of stung a little bit. Just the surprise, like, oh, this is good. Like, thanks.
That's what I fucking do.
I know what I'm doing.
I worked really hard and I took feedback. Like, imagine that.
Hard work and perseverance pays off. Well, what sucks is I'm like, and this is exactly what happened. You and I could make the same board and make the exact same mistake. I would not get shit for it. It would just be, oh, this kind of goofy guy makes a mistake, ha ha ha. And sadly, the world we live in, this stupid girl doesn't know what the fuck she's doing.
And what's worse,
it's like, that's what pisses me off.
And what's worse is it would make it worse for anybody else who wanted to do what I was doing, because it would solidify in somebody's mind the belief that I couldn't do this because I'm female and that girls don't know what they're doing in this hobby, and that I can't actually enjoy tuning keyboards or building keyboards or knowing how to solder, and it would just perpetuate that. So not only do I have the stress of the fact that somebody's going to jump on me more immediately than they would anybody else, even if only slightly, it's also the fact that I would be ruining it for anybody who comes after me. And if you don't think that's something I think about every single time I turn on the fucking camera, you are incredibly incorrect.
Well, getting real here on Mech on Deck.
It is getting real.
you just hit the fucking bird going down.
We didn't really talk about it. We didn't really talk about it the last two times, but I mean, this hobby is growing and it's growing fast, and there are more and more people. Like when we started, we were like, oh, we got these. It was like these three other streamers that we were like, oh, it was Nathan Kim and Top Clack and Huey. And now we've got like, there's Mentorly, Plume Keyboards, at you, Alex Odos, like all these awesome people. They're doing amazing stuff. And I'm like, damn, it's grown like exponentially. And not only is it grown, but these people are like doing really, really well and making amazing content.
Yeah, it's so fun to see. I love all of the streamers that are popping out, even just from when I started, because I started back in June. Like I started, and then Plume, if I remember correctly, I could be off. I think Plume was a viewer of mine, and then he started streaming, which is really cool. He's doing a kick-ass job. He's doing so well. It's so fun to watch. I watch him all the time, sometimes just lurking, but I'm pretty much always there. Mentorly is so sweet. I love her to death. She's doing a good job. God, just everybody. It's so fun to see how many people are just putting their heart into it, and
they're good at it.
I love it.
Like they're good at it, because that's like a thing. Is there's, you know, there's been, you know, sometimes not everyone has the personality to be on camera, to be bubbly and talk to people, like, and everyone that's doing it right now, obviously you are like amazing at it, amazing at being a streamer, which is like, a lot of people don't understand how hard that is. Like you think, oh, you just turn the stream on and you just sit there and build the board. It's like, yeah, if you did that, it would be really boring to watch.
It would be so boring.
So
yeah, and
turn the mic off.
Also, like juggling, not just like trying to interact with chat, but also, you know, not fucking up this really expensive thing that I don't own is super stressful. Yeah, for sure.
No, it's awesome that I'm glad they're so, like Alex. I love your streams, but I can't help but just like try and shit talk you every time I hop in chat. I'm gonna say something.
If you see like, if you see the Next on Deck channel saying negative things towards Apiary,
it's always me.
It's always Chewy. It's never me.
Always me.
I really love that all of the new people are so nice. Like I have had in-depth conversations with every single one of them. They're all so sweet. Like these are the type of people that I want in our hobby, to be like people who are being seen by our hobby. It is so great. I'm so happy right now as far as that goes.
Yeah, my favorite right now is Alex Odos. I think he is so fucking good at talking. He's just good at talking. Like that guy is a master of just keeping shit going.
It's funny you say that. He and I shit you not, had like a 7-hour-long Discord call the other weekend, just fucking talking,
shooting the
forever. Shit, dude. Yeah, he's really great at talking. Can confirm. 7 hours.
Melodit made probably my favorite comment ever. Are we pretending that being cute isn't part of reason Nathan succeeded?
I just want him to go like this.
Yeah, right. Oh man.
Apiary, you can't forget about Dave.
Oh, fuck Dave, dude.
What the fuck?
Fuck Dave. Fuck Dave.
Me too.
Dave is terrible.
I hate you
Nobody
too.
likes Dave.
That's fair.
I'm not even gonna give backstory. Just fuck Dave.
I see how it is.
Fucking Dave. Yeah, Dave, you fuck everything up.
Dude, just stop. All right, man, stop. It's hurting my feelings now.
Chewy, is your name Dave?
Yes, my name is Dave. I've been telling you this. Like, I've literally been telling you this. My name is Dave.
Oh god.
So everyone's like, oh, fucking Dave. Dave fucks everything. Like, where the fuck is this? It's just funny. I'm sitting here, I'm looking at Eric because I'm like, Eric knows exactly what I know, which is that Apiary has no idea.
I was like, she's not picking up on the fact that your name is actually Dave.
I got it, but I was like, oh, he could just be going. No, okay.
No,
my bad.
name is
wait, I thought
Dave.
your name was Andrew.
Oh god.
Did someone say my name was Andrew?
Wasn't it?
No, Mike. I got called
Mike. That's what it was.
I am me, you are you. Was like, yeah, Eric and Mike. I was like, who the fuck is Mike? He was like, I just called you by the wrong name. Sorry. You get F's in the chat for Dave. I'll throw F in there.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, man. I'm just gonna go through whenever I like accomplish something that I shouldn't have accomplished. I'm gonna like go through and read this chat just to like bring myself back down. Just 19 different people going, yeah, you Dave.
Yeah, I'll screenshot that, and whenever like you get real cocky about something, I'll just send it to you. Although that probably won't happen.
What the fuck is that?
I think I need that.
Now I'm sitting here like, what if my parents decided to like, let's flip this on, and people are like, fuck you, Dave. Gonna get a call that's like, about your internet career.
You really don't look like a Dave for some reason.
That's all good. I do get, you know what's funny is I get called Michael. I'm like, I don't think I look like Michael.
I mean, your middle name's supposed to be Michael, but it's not.
It's supposed to be Michael. It's misspelled, but like, by the way, that's not a joke. Legally, my middle name is misspelled.
Oops.
Yeah, right. 1992 was a fun year. Just throwing shit on documents. Let's see.
Oh, Lord.
For FR4, what half or full plate be better, and what are the best stabs?
What do you think?
The best stabs are the Duroc stabs, right? In my opinion.
Duroc are probably the best for the money. Yeah.
Chewy looks like an Andrew.
I don't think anybody even sells half FR4. It's kind of defeats the purpose in a way. So full. Even if you're getting it cut yourself, I would do full. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like half plates with how flexible the materials have been, like that we've been getting into, half plates aren't as needed, I guess.
I hate when somebody sends me secretly. Don't feel bad if you're sending one in because I'm a professional. But like, I hate when somebody sends me in like a half palm or a half polycarb plate. Not because I think it's terrible to type on, but because it's terrible to build. It's fucking awful.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Especially if they send you like plate mounted switches.
Yeah.
They would just be like, no.
Any kale switch other than creams.
It's like, hey, you know what? No, good. Any thoughts on the Rama M50A grid? Personally, I do not care. I would love my friend Genly Bean in chat, like very close friend. I would totally get that for her because people are just trying to guess my name now.
Yeah, apparently you look like a Taylor.
But no, Genly Bean. I wish I could get that. I'm like, you love grids. I don't care at all about grids, but
dude,
here.
Genly Bean's ideal keyboard would be a grid with some sort of GMK botanical, but in keycaps that would fit, I swear.
Absolutely. She's all about her ortho. Oh my god,
I know.
Yeah. I
was thinking about sorry, you go.
I'm just gonna reiterate what Chewy said. I
would get it for generally being in that. But yeah. I would build it like the way I want it and then send it to her, because then she'd be like, oh, I got it, but I don't get the fun of building it, but like I can't be mad. No. You know what's funny? So generally being like, I was thinking about this the other day, and I was like, my like 5 closest friends, 2 of them are from Canada, and I've never met them. And I play games with them 3 times a week, every single week since June. And Genly Bean is one of them, and husband as well. And I ran into her on Instagram because she was selling, I don't remember what it was. You'll have to remind me. It was the wooden case that had that giant, awesome brass weight in it. I don't remember what it was, but it was dope. And I was like, how much? And she gave me the number. And I'm pretty sure she gave it to me in Canadian because I was like, fuck that. I'm not paying that much right now. We had something special. Olivia, we got to play Apex, right? So, Janelle, if you're listening, Imperial Hue. Yep.
Imperial Hue. Interesting.
That was a cool ass boy. I hit her up on Instagram, and it's the best friends ever since. Let's see if you guys have any more questions. Just go ahead and throw at Mech's on deck and
tag him so they can find him.
We can find him.
Tag him so we can see him.
Chat's bump.
Tag him so we can bag him. Yeah, we have a copy pasta, which means we've made it as Twitch streamers. It's only been posted twice, but You know, it's there.
Counts.
Yeah, it counts. Still counts.
Wait, we have a copy pasta?
Well, it's not for us. Just people are posting it in our chat. So, hey, you know.
Hey, why not? That's about Dave. Which are the best wrist rests? Orcas. You can't because this is not focusing. These are my favorite. I have 2 of them.
Best wrist rest is no wrist rest.
Yeah, same.
So that's a great way to hurt your wrist. Ironically enough.
I don't like wrist rests.
I love wrist rests.
I don't like wrist rests. Don't like desk pads. Half the community just hates me now.
Missing all those marketing opportunities.
Dude, you know, I'll throw a logo on anything. Hey. What would you use a Scrabble pad for? To play Scrabble, which means it'll sit in a box and sit in the closet, because I hate that game.
Oh my god. It's so funny how much he fucking hates that game. Oh, let's see. GMK Honey or GMK Botanical? Botanical. I like green more than yellow, but I do love me some yellow.
I feel like if I don't say honey, it would be a crime, right? I'm pretty sure that would be illegal, so I'll say honey.
Just pick your damn wrists up. Not while I'm gaming, bro. Man, I got bad wrists, bad shoulders, bad knees, back. Like, I'm already falling apart. I'm going to be the $600 man by the just held together with duct tape.
Yeah. All right, so Zyrkowski.
Zerkowski. I think it's Zerkowski.
Zerkowski. My boss Dave made me come into work this week. It's funny because the company I work for had a client that we had to make a mold for. He told me to come in Monday because it was a hot job. What do you know? The client said that they aren't going to need it quickly because he cares about the safety of his employees. What do you know? Dave found a way to get around the whole COVID-19 closing because we made a mold for medical purpose like 3 years ago so that he can keep the shop open. So Dave, you're a dick.
Yeah, fuck you, Dave.
I've been hearing that my entire life. Don't worry. Chewy is my spirit animal. Thank you, Penguin Drop.
No.
Any update? Are you saying don't?
What?
You said don't. Like, don't give him any confidence. Any update on the stream schedule? We'll probably stream tomorrow. I mean, screw it. It's not like we're doing anything. We'll probably do something fun.
Do some gaming.
We could even do something later tonight.
Oh.
GMK Noel versus Frost.
Neither, because weeb set's you.
Noel's not a weeb set, is it?
I don't think so.
I think it was just pink and blue.
It is a weeb set, yes.
I like how she says weeb sets ooh, yet she's typing on GMK
typing
Bento.
on GMK Botanical.
No, Bento.
Bento.
I'm just saying. It's not based off of a motherfucking anime or manga, so.
True. Yeah, I'm gonna go Noel. Bento is still
interesting that you would go against purple.
I don't really like the Frost Witch colors that much.
Wasn't Noel based off of a character? I swear to God, it was. I think. I'm pretty sure.
Are you thinking of the one that Myknos did?
No. I'm not thinking of that one.
It is a character Noel from Celestial Method. I don't know what Celestial Method is.
Fucking told you, it's a weeb set.
90%
set.
Your distaste for weeb sets and being
really
in this community are really going to start causing you to have some deep conversations with yourself.
Are they? Hold on. Just real quick. 1 second. Just gonna do something.
I'll go through some of these questions while you write trash talk.
Please do.
Who is she? Get out of here. Wow. There's no weeb sets are great, says Charles. Weebs out.
Weebs out. It's kind of blown out. There you go.
There it is.
Weebs out. Didn't you say? Yeah, someone pointed out. You said GMK Darling was your top set that you were waiting for?
Yeah, I know it's a weeb set, but I just like it for the colors.
See,
that's
there
the
it
exception
is.
to the rule because
Who gives? What if you just? I like Noelle because of the colors. I have no fucking clue what that
is. No. I'm 100% allowed to be a hypocrite because I say so.
There you go.
Thank you, Ryantix. I appreciate you pointing out that inconsistency in her ideology there. I don't know anything about weebness. I don't watch anime. I've never watched anime.
Bullshit. When I hurt my back, you watched Dragon Ball Z with me for like 10 minutes.
Hey, that's true. That's true. Very minimal anime has been watched by these eyes. So
he came in and I was on a lot of drugs and I started explaining to him the deep plots of Dragon Ball. And I think he was like, cool. Well, I'm going to go eat. So, and then I just didn't see her.
Yeah. I think the most weeb thing that I do is play Overwatch, which is like,
oh God,
can get a little bit weeby.
It's pretty weeby. Let's be real. Row 4 on AEU. Don't say AE in the chat. Things happen.
Dude.
How many animes have you watched? What animes have you watched? Apiary.
I've watched a fair few animes, usually like horror animes, because I can't watch horror movies, but I enjoy the genre. So like Parasite, Tokyo Ghoul. What was the most recent one? Like Neverland? The one about the orphans and the aliens. You know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
Someone in chat knows. Promise Neverland. Thank you, Ninewalker. Promise Neverland was really good. Really fucking good.
God, all the weebs came out to play right there.
So you know what's funny is I like Dragon Ball Z, I like Avatar, and I like My Hero Academia, and I really liked Death Note.
I hated all of those.
That's totally fine. That's totally fine. But it's funny is I like all those four, and I get called a weeb. But then actual weebs are like, "You're not a weeb. You're a hater." And I'm like, I don't know where I am.
Oh, dude! Someone shouted out "Your Lie" in April. Excellent anime. Don't watch unless you want to cry. Like really fucking cry.
Weebs hate DBZ.
They do hate DBZ. I'm like, don't call me a weeb. And then when I go to the weebs, they call me in purgatory.
Chewie's the forgotten son.
I am. Not just on an anime. Anyway.
Oh my gosh.
Are we going there this stream?
That got dark. No, yeah.
Grain is Stalin colorway. I'm literally snipping that right now and sending it.
Dude, I love Grain. I also love the comment that he had on the interest check, the Reddit interest check.
God, that was the greatest thing ever. So, all right, we're gonna take just a few more questions before we wrap things up. Dave, the black sheep of the week community. Apiary Weeb GMK.
Yeah, it's called GMK Weeb. You heard it here first.
Hell yeah, dude.
I can confirm.
I'm going to go into every interest check and be like, you realize this color matches this anime color perfectly, and clearly that's where you got the inspiration.
Oh my. No, GMK Noelle is legitimately based off of a character in anime, I promise.
It is. We looked it up. From Celestial Method.
Yeah, I promise. But I can confirm my set is in fact not a weeb set.
Someone said Zeals versus Durox. Durox are a lot cheaper, and I have yet to have any pop on my Durox. So
yeah, although some people have said they do, I think they're just overlooping around the crook of the wire. But who fucking knows, dude?
Yeah, I mean, it's not.
Although I never had Zeal stabs fuck up either, so
I don't feel like the Zeal stabs are worth the additional expense.
Yeah,
just get the Durox.
Literally 3 times as much.
Like honestly, that never mind.
What?
I was gonna say something a little spicy.
Say it.
Say it. Get spicy.
I was gonna say what from Zeal is worth the Zeal price.
The bottom half of their Zealio V2s. I need those.
Just the bottom half.
Just the bottom half.
Yeah, it's if the wire pops out of the housing, you could put it back in.
Oh no, I get to build more boards. GMK Minimal or GMK Samurai Jack. I don't know what GMK Samurai Jack is, but I'm down.
Samurai
Jack was an amazing show.
Favorite upcoming keycap set. What is yours, Apiary?
Mine.
Yep, there it is. GMK Sloth.
Ooh, I don't know. Grain. Oh,
Grain.
Grain.
I am excited for Grain.
I'm excited because it's gonna be not super expensive.
Yeah, we're definitely getting a bunch in. Do you guys film all your switches? No, I've never filmed my switches. I'm on film set because Eric said I should. But yeah, use Zelios to make Zycos. Eric's got a board that half the switches are filmed.
I do. It's right here. It's actually the Baka. Half are filmed. This half are not filmed. This half. It sounds a lot better when you film them.
Yeah, films make a huge difference depending on the switch. Sometimes they make literally no difference. If you're using them for wobble, I don't give a shit about wobble, so my opinion is biased. But I think if you're using them for wobble, you're wasting time. Use them for sound or not at all.
Yeah, the wobble is an additional positive in my opinion, but the lilacs and the mauves do both benefit, and T1s and basically all Duroc switches really benefit from having a film in there. Really helps them out.
Yeah, Jack Dunlop, you've asked this like 3 times, and I apologize, I've missed it. You guys like GMK Ashes? I think it's fine. I think it's a solid set. It's kind of basic. Like, let's be real, but people like basic. It's a cool set.
There's something about it that just feels off to me, but I like the concept a lot. And so it's the only way you're going to get the concept most likely. So I'd go for it.
Yeah.
If I had the cash, which I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I like Ashes. You can pick it up at mexadeck.project.link.
There it is.
Helps us out. But no, I do like Ashes. I am not in it. I don't like it enough to purchase it, especially right now, given the fact of everything that's gone on the past couple of weeks for me personally. So, yeah.
What was the other one that I saw? GMK Bleach, GMK Modern Dolch 2. I will, if they do new accents for Modern Dolch, like new accent colors, which I feel like they won't, I might just pick up like a spacebar kit because I gave my split space bars to Drifter.
Hashtag no bully.
God, why am I going blank on his name? Blind Assassin. So,
Wee Loops, thank you for the 500 bits. He says, "Love you, Dave. You're our dude, my dude." Hashtag
thanks,
no
dude.
bully.
Dude, never bully. I bully Apiary.
He does.
I think that's a two-way street, though. It's not necessarily bullying.
To be fair,
someone sent me a clip. I was calmly playing D&D with my great friends, and someone sends me a PM and says Apiary is trashing the fuck out of you right now on the cool board. And I was like, wait, what? And someone sends me a clip that's just like, fuck you, Chewy, fuck you. And I was like, cool. Didn't even see. I'm just sitting here playing D&D, getting hated on. Okay. It's like, okay, Apiary.
Not even there.
I don't think it went down exactly like that.
But it's pretty goddamn cool.
But to be fair, you insulted my keyboards. My favorite keyboards. And you have terrible taste, dude. I'm sorry. You really do.
That's fair.
I'm glad that I'm just kind of sitting here for this.
I have to stick up for the beaten.
Classic Dave.
Classic Dave. Terrible taste in keyboard. I mean, I saw your face whenever I was talking up the Fiel. Don't worry. I notice things. I fucking notice things. I'm not stupid. I pick up on things, unlike when I'm literally telling you to your face, my name is Dave, and you're not picking up on it.
If anybody ever thought that I could lie or obfuscate in any way, just look at my face when he's talking about.
No, it's
I've actually
when you bring people on every single week, you have to really watch their face and see how they're reacting. So I like to think we're getting pretty good at reading people.
I'm actually really sorry that your name is Dave, because I actually genuinely feel kind of bad about that, considering the context of us jokingly bullying each other.
I think it fits though. You know, it's the icing on top.
It was very accidental, because truly what happened is somebody, as you read, somebody had to go into work during COVID when they shouldn't have, and their supervisor's name was Dave, so we decided to say fuck you Dave, and somebody else lost their job and their boss's name was Dave, so fuck you Dave was a thing.
Sorry, your name
no
is
relationship Dave. No relation, hopefully. I'm sorry your name is Dave. Yeah, I'm sorry your name is Dave. Might be.
Oh man.
Lord.
You like my fidget cube?
I love it.
It matches your board.
You know, that is just disappointment for me.
Didn't you fight
really
for the accent?
I did. Yeah. I did. What of it?
You mean the board that had the backing of 3 of like the largest keyboard companies, but then didn't want to get run by any of them?
Yeah. And that is a really cool, innovative design that had a lot of issues, admittedly, but did not deserve to be where it was.
Whoop! Almost dropped the bento.
Dropped the bento.
You know what's funny? I almost dropped the nano. Okay, how funny would that be?
That would have been really funny.
Fucking dent the shit out of that.
No, I think the cool board was just me being sad about keyboards, but expressing it as anger for like 2 hours straight. All the things that I wanted to love and wanted to be amazing, but didn't work out for one reason or another.
I did not program that myself. Shout out to Machinova, who like literally held my hand. Like he was the mandolin to my like. He was like, "Do you want me to program it for you?" I was like, "Yes, please." I was like, I don't want to fucking... Well, that like he showed me how to download everything for it, but then I guess in the download package there was one specific file that kept preventing all of my anything from getting compiled correctly. And he was like, "I would love to do this, but like I can't control your computer right now. And you would have to dig for these files, and I don't know where the computer, and I can't."
So you're saying that the Nano Bento had a lot of issues, is what I'm hearing.
Oh God, yes, of course consumer. It did.
And therefore,
I've got this fucking volume now. No, I
probably did not deserve to be in the WoW category of the cool word. Perhaps, maybe.
Was it in the WoW category?
I thought we.
It was up there.
I thought it was in like meh.
It was like mid.
It was above meh for sure.
See, I
fought for it to go into meh.
I thought mute. I'm gonna go back and watch that.
It wasn't in WoW. It wasn't in WoW. My apologies. That was my mistake. It was not in WoW. It was above meh when it should not have been, considering.
Okay. I was like, I feel like I had to fight to keep it from yikes.
Yeah.
But no, I wholeheartedly would not have bought this, knowing what I know now. But it's a great little thing for switching scenes in OBS. So
it's a great little door stopper.
Exactly.
Great little $115 door stopper with a gazillion issues and a massive headache that could have been so goddamn good.
It could have been amazing.
It really could have been awesome. But you know what? Sometimes you send things out and they're not done instead of just holding on to them.
You know, I've never sent something out that wasn't done before. Call me crazy. That's definitely not something I can relate to.
The best was when
here's this board I built for you, but I only saw half the switches. So
sorry.
Have fun.
The best was when we had Mike from Novel Keys on the stream, and we asked him about the Bento Nanos, and he's just like, "Dude, I have no idea at this point." He's like, I almost consider it a loss.
Oh, poor Mike, dude.
Dude, Jack, just do whatever you think's better. If you want something that's a little bit more colorful, go for honey. If you want something that's a little bit more,
Here's the good news, is you can get it again.
Yeah.
Like, even though it's limited, there might be around 2. And if there isn't, somebody will not like their set or will need to part with it because they overspent or something along those lines. So if you get honey and prefer ashes later, you can switch it. And you can sell honey for what you paid it for, most likely.
I would get the Rama cap.
Yeah,
if you really like the Rama honey cap, I would get the Rama cap before.
And you could put the Rama honey cap with ashes
on ashes, exactly. And
Yeah.
you can use
sacrilege.
Cannon Keys / Mechs on Deck.
I'll hit it again.
Oh God!
you can hit cannonkeys.com / Mechs on Deck to pick up that Rama key cap.
This is what I've been doing wrong. I need to show more.
Times are hard. You got to show as much as possible, you know.
So we're on that shill game as much as possible. So honey alt mods are so good, but I can't just buy the kit. So I know a lot of people had that issue with Future Funk. They're like, everything's good, but if I bought everything, it'd be $300. I was like, I get that. Like, that one cuts deep.
Well, Future Funk was a set that I was like, man, if this was a little bit less, I'd probably spring for it. You know, like that's when I was like, you know, the people cutting things out of sets makes me. Now I understand why, because it gets priced down. It makes me not have to be like, do I really want to spend $140 on a set when I could get another set for, you know, $110?
What did you think about Jules? Great curves, great design, horrible layout.
Damn, just stab and twist into Zabumon's heart.
65% suck. I'm kidding. Sort of. What do you think about Jules?
Great curves. Great everything. Great layout. Yep.
Nice. Did you guys join Tara?
I have tarot.
There you go.
And yes, I also joined round 2.
I ordered a pre-order keycap set. I haven't even told you this, Eric. I got in, I caved, and I was looking, and I got in on Ursa.
On what?
Ursa. GMK Ursa. They had the pre-order up, and I was like,
there you go.
I'm gonna hate my life. I know. I was sitting there looking, and I was like, I know this is gonna look so fucking good when it comes out, and I'm going to be livid, and I'm gonna have to pay so much more when this comes out. So I was like,
I was surprised you didn't get on that initially. Honestly,
it was in
your alley.
Christmas. I think it was either Christmas or January. I just didn't have. I was either saving for Christmas or in post-Christmas, like post-Christmas recoup my money. So let's see. And I've got the Ursa bear, the ambassador.
Oh, ambassador.
The ambassador. I didn't get any of the novelties. I was like, there's only like 2 that I actually like. So Apiary, is that GMK Metropolis back there on one of your boots?
You know, it sure is. Made by frequent collaborator, designer of my logos, good friend, basically next door neighbor.
I was about to say Mr. Neflock.
User Neflock. Who I enjoy working with. Wink wink.
Hint hint. There's your leak. Are y'all actually like super close?
Yeah, like, he lives 10 minutes away. We've been friends since I basically began in this hobby. He's such a sweetheart.
We need to have him back on.
Person who has helped me like so much throughout my entire journey in this hobby, it has been that man. I love him to death. I owe him the world. He's such a sweetie. Yeah.
One of our first interviews. One of our first interviews.
He was like number 3.
It
was either number 2 or number 3. Zap was our first interview on Twitch, because we had Quakeums and Jay.
Yeah.
But we had Zap on, but it wasn't face to face because we had that beautiful stream.
Oh yeah, it was just his picture.
Of him. Someone made like a Victorian Napoleon picture of Zap. Where it's his face, but like on Napoleon's body. Mm-hmm. And because he couldn't get his camera up and running, so we're like, fuck it, let's just use this picture. So,
oh man,
any thoughts? EPBT sets, and this will be the last question we answer. Any thoughts on ePBT sets in general quality? I think the newer ones are much better. They still have some issues fixable, but it's like there's some it should just
They could be good. They could be a lot better. uh, they definitely I think are lacking when compared to something like GMK quality wise, but I also don't think that comparison is necessarily 100% fair considering they're completely different materials.
Yeah, I think same. I think it's getting better and we're showing significant amounts of progress. I think everyone hopes that PBT can get to a much better level, just because it is so much less expensive than GMK.
Mm-hmm. They're, I mean, as far as PBT goes, they're probably one of the better makers of PBT. So I think that's
ABS. I don't have any experience. I haven't heard great things, but I don't know. I don't have hands-on experience, and if I'm buying ABS cherry profile sets, I'm not going to get anything other than GMK at this exact. Infinity, I want to try. I'll probably try it with Grain.
Infinity, I don't hate. They're definitely still working out some kinks. It's very early, but I have a set of theirs that the key company sent me, and honestly, I enjoy it. I can't wait to see what they do going forward.
Count it.
I also like the way
advice tonight.
You're welcome, Jack Dunlap. Appreciate those 5 biddies. I like the way that PBT sounds. A lot of people don't, but I like the darker sound of it.
I'm with you. I really like the way PBT sounds.
Well, thank you very, very much. Feel like we usually ask 2 questions, but I feel like we've answered a lot of I guess we can say what's your favorite part?
Yeah.
Sorry, you cut out. What was that?
Your favorite part of the community right now?
Favorite part of the community right now. Just the good people, the people who are pushing to help others, welcoming people who are new and coming in and not being dicks.
Don't be a dick.
Just yeah, and how much is growing and how many amazing content creators there are that are coming out. It's so cool to have more coworkers, right? And more people to just hang out with and collaborate with. I'm super excited for everything that's going on right now as far as that goes. Excited to see how this hobby continues to grow. There's a lot of good actually in this hobby.
Alex Odos is here right after I confessed my love to him.
I was about to say he missed out when you're talking him up,
macking on him apparently.
Dude.
So,
hey, if dear weebs in chat, if Apiary she wants to kick you out, you're always welcome here at Mechs on Deck.
You're always weebs. We open arms.
Open arms. We may not understand your weeb ways. We may not know exactly what you're talking about. At least I won't. But we accept you here at Mechs on Deck.
Oh, it's reversed.
I don't accept you. Please leave.
It's not reversed. It's not reversed. It's fine.
Good. There it is.
Unsubbing Apiary Keyboards. Oh man.
What is this need to go? Oh man. Quick shout out to our sponsors. Go to mechsondeck.dixiemech.com. Pick up GMK Botanical. Apiary loves it. She loves the fact that it's a weeb set. It's a fantastic set. That's great after weeb characters from anime. But no, GMK Botanical, fantastic. Go pick that up. As well as Mech Madness still going on. Make sure you're voting. Go check out Zap Cables. He makes the best cables in the business. And I know he's being affected right now with what's in the world, but I know he is trying his best to get back running as fast as possible. So just be on the lookout. Join us Discord, switchmod.net/mechs on deck for 4% off any lube, springs. I think someone said they got pre-orders for Sandstorm going up soon. I believe that 4% off will probably not cover GMK sets on the pre-order, but still be sure to check that out. mechsondeck.project.link to go pick up GMK ashes. And the Sirius, I'm sure, will be back here in the next few months. So be sure to go hit him up. canonkeys.com/mechs on deck for GMK Honey and Cat Atlantis, 2 awesome sets. And Tight Beast, you can join his newsletter. His second newsletter just went out. Another great read. So be sure check it out. It was a fun read. It came out like when I didn't have internet for like 7 hours on I forgot what day it was, but it came out when I didn't have internet. I was like, dude.
So BT just came up and asked a great question. I heard there's a rumor that there's a Bacchus 65 coming out sometime later this year. Can you confirm this is true, Chewy?
Well, it's been a great stream.
Yeah, it's been a great stream. Definitely appreciate everyone coming out and hanging out with us. Apiary, it's always a pleasure to have you here.
Always a pleasure to be here. Thanks for letting me soapbox on your platform.
Hey,
of course.
You're welcome anytime.
Brandon, we got to play some Apex again, and we don't fucking Mirage Party playing.
Nice Super Mario overalls. Excuse you, my overalls are cute as fuck. Do you
Someone
mind,
please clip that,
sir?
Because I want that as a shirt that says. I want that as a shirt that looks like overall,
like a tuxedo T-shirt, but overalls.
Yeah, but it's like an overall T-shirt that says "Excuse you." Are you saying Mario isn't cute?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
how dare you!
Look how fucking straight face she got right after that. She knows she got.
It's because I want to say something regarding his mustache, but it is
don't hate
very
on the stash.
lewd and not appropriate for your stream. So we'll just segue.
Hey, you know what? We put the mature audiences only.
Yeah, we do. Don't hate on the stash though. You said earlier that you wanted to be Italian. Come on.
Ooh,
Mario's
she's digging
Italian.
herself a hole.
Javon's got it. Time to end this stream. Oh, God.
Yeah, so keyboards, yeah. If you
Is anybody who's streaming so we can raid them really fast?
Mitcherly is, Tiny is, who else?
Let's raid Mentorly, and everybody needs to say "Eat the fucking pickle."
Oh God, no! Don't do
say
that.
Do not say that. Do not
really don't
say
do that.
chat. Do not say that, chat. Please don't. Hey, fuck you, Dave. We broke Apiary.
Oh
God, what have I done?
Yeah, exactly. What has she got against
sponsorship
pickles?
over?
You guys are adding. You guys are the ones with the dirty minds. I was literally talking about pickles that came from my Chick-fil-A sandwich, and you're the ones that are adding all this extra context onto it. You know, it's. I personally am attacked and offended that you would come onto this stream assuming I would only want to talk about penises. When clearly I'm just talking about good pickles that go on chicken sandwiches.
something pickle chicken sandwich. Let's go.
Okay, all right. Well, this is slowly devolving into...
Slowly, I would say rather rapidly. Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I was talking about pickles, Olivia.
He's...
I was legit just talking about pickles. They had to go and make it about something different. So I hope you guys sleep well tonight.
It's a yikes. Let's host Mentorly, and let's just give her something that is PG. We'll give her a nice little spam of the air horn.
Air horn is perfect.
The air horn is perfect. Does not have any mixed things.
Well, I mean, let's not think about it too hard.
Yeah, see, it's so easy to just turn something into something else. It happens that quick.
Joey, can you set up the dang raid?
Oh,
man.
Nat, I'm so sorry in advance if you ever see the stream.
Oh,
God.
it'll be okay.
4 seconds. 3 seconds.
You gave her a pretty nice shout out. She mentally is great at what she does, just like Apiary. So check her out.
Do.
She's been streaming a lot more
guys,
lately.
thank you, Apiary. Thank you for coming on. Always a pleasure. I switch tester.
Mech's on Deck live. Mech Madness live. 8 p.m. Central Friday. Come hang out.
Probably a game stream tomorrow as well.
Bye.
Probably.